What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and as of late, DSP is doing new tiers, bringing Cat on stream, trying a lot of different things, trying to get that money back, that vibe back, that groove back. And it's almost like it's out of the blue. But then Poem's Future puts this out on Twitter, so this is from OIC during the Twitter days. And a lot of what he says in these posts makes a lot more sense in 2024. So the Hallelujah He Reigns is OIC under one of his many sock accounts. So we're going to go through this and see how people reacted to this. He didn't tell me if he won all of them or not, but he was definitely annoyed about it. So he's hoping to have a lot less chargebacks now with the streak over. Of course, this is around the time the vest streak ended. And as you can see from today with his $400 in tips, there wasn't a shortage of money in us whales bank accounts. So he's talking about himself in the third person because OIC and his sock accounts are the majority of the whales in his community. Now what you're going to see here is OIC even controls not only Phil, but the other whales as well. Now keep this with a grain of salt because it is OIC and he tends to lie a lot. I mean, I even gifted 95 subs this week, so I definitely could have kept it alive. I literally told people not to tip and save their money for the night, and they actually listened. But yeah, basically expect his tips to be high for a bit, and then they will dip lower and lower. So don't be surprised if Phil enacts a new streak when that happens. Now if you remember, last year in 2023, Jinx, who's another sock account of OIC, tried to do the vest streak again. Remember it was vest streak 2.0? And Jinx was wailing out like crazy. And also remember, he tried the double vest streak, he tried the spin in chair streak, the Skittle streak. If you wonder what the Skittle streak was, basically you would pay him $20 and he would eat a Skittle. That is right, A as in single. One single Skittle for $20, which by the way, someone gave him like $60 and he still has 3 Skittles to eat. But he said he can't eat them all. They'll make him sick. But yeah, that's basically all the gold dust I have for now. So in this part, OIC is basically saying, I'm doing all this for the gold dust, for the laughs, to troll him. You're spending that much money on Phil so you can get gold dust? I'm sure Phil is seeing this video right now and going, gold dust? I don't have him on WWE Champions yet. Now remember, this is back in the Twitch era. Other than that, I'm trying to convince Phil to have Cat on his Halloween stream for even just 5 minutes. So even back then, he was trying to get Cat back on the streams. Of course, in 2024, out of nowhere, Cat came back. A lot of people said it was because of Mike Klum. He wanted to get ahead of the documentary. But I had a feeling that documentary would never get made. So who knows, maybe OIC promised him memberships or super chats or even tips. And all of a sudden, Cat was on stream. Now this is a really fun one. I'm trying to get him to have a tier 3 subs goal, which will be a surprise to everyone else. And you look at 2024, Gunner, hat, vest. Not only that, he's trying to get the tie-in rotation, so he's actually trying to get 4. I wonder if OIC is behind that. But he's still kind of reluctant to the idea at the moment. Mostly because he'll have to convince Cat to come on, and she wants nothing to do with the streams. And since I've seen this posted on Twitter and the farms a bit, and then he starts talking about Swaggins and talking about if there's any heat, any beef between them. No, there isn't any drama between me and Swaggins or any mod for that matter. Remember, for a while, OIC was a mod until people started complaining. He was banning people like crazy. He was basically abusing his power and people spoke up and then he had to take him off as a mod. Now this is the interesting part. This is where the power trip comes in. And like I said before, I'm pretty much running his streams at the moment, since I have a pretty big influence over him at the moment. So enjoy the next month or so. It's only going to get better from here. Then he paints the picture of how much influence he has over Phil. Of course, we know he totally controls Phil, but he points it out point blank here. I think between tips, gifted subs, and cheers, I've given him close to $4,000 so far. So yeah, he can't afford to lose me for now. Peace out for now, homie. Do keep us updated on his WWE champion habits. I'm curious to see if he spends less/plays less now, since tips might be lower. Oh, by the way, before I go again, I saw you pinned a cameo video on your Twitter. So remember all those wrestling cameos? All those celebrity cameos? So OIC is claiming that he's paying for them. I will pay you or whoever to make them. That shit is worth the $30 or whatever it is, in my opinion. So it's possible that OIC is controlling Phil with the money because he knows there's no one else that can carry the load. Oh, and trust me, OIC wants Phil's load. He knows he plays WWE Champions. He knows he's enabling his addiction. And he's also trying to troll him with the cameo videos. Now, keep in mind, DSP deserves every single bit of this because he's built his own prison and he can't escape because OIC is the jail guard. And then he shows off a Twitter post from DSP and says, confirms what I told you about chargebacks last night. Although I have my doubts about chargebacks from back in May. It's really sad when OIC doesn't believe Phil about chargebacks. But again, he knows about his WWE Champions addiction. It wouldn't surprise me if OIC is the one charging back. I thought the allowed chargeback time frame was from 60 to 90 days. So this could be just Phil blowing smoke out of his ass again. And then he starts talking about how he's tipping Phil. Well, in this case, he's bit cheering Phil. So he talks about other creators. Hope that you're enjoying the Ninja Gold Dust on the pre-stream. Definitely worth the 100-bit cheer. And then at that point, DSP set up the 3-tier tips goal. And OIC told you he would have a 3-tier tips goal, by the way. 775 subs this time. So this also proves that DSP and OIC, we've always talked about them coordinating behind the scenes. And Phil's surprise reaction when he gets all these generous donations, these member bombs, these super chats. And it's always funny. He always gets very generous tips like this after very slow days. Notice the trend there? 2 slow days and then a whaled out day. Just saying. Barbados. I think these are from Anonymous side, right? Which Poem's Future replies with, no. These are from someone who I'm not sure is around anymore or if they want to be named. OIC used to send them walls of text. And then Barbados, I see. I remember he used to chat to Anonymous, but not in this tone. As if he's speaking to a detractor, which is so fake. Gamerface Gaming. Still waiting for him to drop the magnum opus. So many years in the making. I wonder what percent of DSP's business is covered by him. And we have Will. This is why DSP keeps trying to force his wife on stream. His whales demand her presence, and Phil will happily sacrifice his wife's feelings for a tip goal. Ironically, we have someone named Vestreak. He's like the majority shareholder, bullying the CEO of a dying company. Anthony, he's a real psychopath. We have 8-bit or bust. I knew it all along. Dude is a mental sadist. He does it all to control Phil's streams. And we have Whoa Mo's ass. So OIC thinks having control over Phil is meaningful in some way, where he just justified giving him 4K. When I see trolls that never tip him in more control than OIC has ever had, this is some regarded type of thinking. We have May is Bay. Does Ryan call himself Hallelujah She Reigns now? We got Sweaty Man JPEGs. True. Cuck. We got A. Freaking Lunatic. We got Orphan. Just a reminder to OIC, you will never be a King Tut. We got the Yellow King. Organic Growth. We got DC. This is equal parts funny and utterly sad. I mean, not that I didn't know Filbert suckled at the whale's teat, but this is just pathetic. Wow. What a doormat beta. I'd be pretty damn embarrassed. And we have Augusto. The guy has the weirdest fanbase ever. He literally has 0 redeeming qualities apart from his work ethic, which is questionable when you consider how much garbage content he continually spits out with little care to quality. But he has a fan base full of dents who are just committed, if not more, than his detractors keep him afloat. Absolutely wild. Then we have a Derek bot, Rosemary, at the bottom, talking about her pussy in bio. Then we have Norm. Seems like he likes fucking with DSP as much as he conspires with him. He definitely ended the vest streak to put the bitch in his place. Quite ironic, really. DSP is OIC's dent and he doesn't even realize it. So if anything like this comes out again, I'll let you guys know. So don't forget to click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe to my other channels on the details or the end cards. And as always, hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. I love each and every one of you. Peace and love.